Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're back at the house and it's time to put the Mustang away for wintertime. It's starting to get cold here in Minnesota. Snow hasn't quite yet arrived, but I'm expecting it soon. So it's time to put the Mustang away and store it. I go through this process of putting the front tires on these boards. So we'll put those underneath the front tires. I got the jack already to jack it up there. And then we'll put the back axle of the Mustang on these jack stands, and that'll keep all the tires off of the concrete. If you leave performance tires like these sitting on the concrete all year, you have a good chance of ending up with a flat spot on the bottom of the tire. And so we put them on the boards to give it a little bit softer cushioning, and obviously having the back tires off the ground keeps them off. And then the last thing that we'll do is we will hook the battery charger up to the battery. Well, we'll take the negative cable off, we'll hook the battery charger up to it, and we'll leave this just in trickle charge mode, so it'll keep the battery good during the winter time. And then it will sit there for the rest of the winter, and so we won't get it back out until springtime next year. All right, let's get to it. We'll keep jacking it up until we get that front tire a couple of inches off the ground. That should be plenty. Slide our board underneath it. And then we let it back down. And that's one tire. We'll do the same thing to the other side. And then we'll jack up the back. So over on this side, it's a little bit tighter of a squeeze, but I got the jack underneath there. We're gonna raise that tire up. That looks to be good. Got that underneath the tire, and then we'll let it back down. And so for the back of the car, we have to jack up the whole axle here for both sides. So I put the jack on the pumpkin there, but I don't like to put the jack directly on it. And so I always place a piece of wood between the jack and the pumpkin so that I don't end up poking a hole in it. That'd be really, really bad. And so we'll do that next. We'll get the jack and a piece of wood positioned underneath there. And then we'll jack it up and slide the jack stands under each side of the axle, and that will keep the rear tires off the ground. So I like to just slide it underneath there with a piece of wood on it. And then jack that up. And then I like to slide the jack stand right in here. Just like that. I'm always careful underneath here too to make sure that even if this jack went down on me, that I'm below the car enough that it wouldn't crush me, because that would be really bad too. I think if I'm going to go up a little bit more so I can make the jack stand go up one more notch. Can't quite get up a notch, so I'm going to jack it up a little bit more. That should be enough to raise this up. There we go. So that one's there. We'll slide the other one underneath on that side, and then we'll let the jack back down. Here's the other side. The other thing I always make sure is the lever to release the stands is pointing out towards me, so it's easy to take them out when it comes springtime. But now both of our jack stands are in place. We'll let the jack itself back down, and that'll hold the tires off the ground. So we go here. Release the jack, and she's on the stands. So there we go. We got the front tires on the pieces of wood. We've got the back tires off the ground. And that's how she'll stay for the rest of the winter. The only other thing we need to do is, I already popped the hood, but we'll disconnect the negative on the battery, and we will hook up the battery charger to it. So there's the battery. It takes an 8mm socket to just loosen this up. So loosen that up. Take that off. And then we hook up battery charger to it. So we got our battery charger hooked up. We're going to plug it in. Let it turn on. And it's going to do a bulk charge on it to begin with. We'll let it do that, and then we'll switch it to the trickle charge later on. We'll let it bulk charge it for now. The only other thing I like to do is to put the hood back down on it. Keeps the dust from collecting in top of the engine. That's all there is to it. She'll sit there until next spring. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, give me some comments, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you guys next time.